Health Bank on the voice of Indiana County, WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160. Time now for our interview segment presented by the law offices of Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. Our show is also being streamed live on Facebook at this time, and you'll be able to listen in and watch if you're on Facebook with Bob Manzi, Indiana County District Attorney. Bob, good to see you again.
How are you today?
We're doing excellent. Thank you for asking. Big news for you on the personal front, and I got to do this with the chief yesterday, but I bet you're a proud papa this morning. Your son making it to the Pony League World Series.
World Series.
That is amazing.
That's a very neat accomplishment, and watching Charlie being able to do that with Austin and his buddy Ethan, it's fantastic. They've been playing baseball since they were in T-ball together, so it's fun watching them grow up together.
That is amazing. Yeah, and I was about to mention those three have been playing for a very long time in the annals of, I guess it could have started back at the YMCA with T-ball or Little League, and now this. And tell me what's going to be going on. You said he was going to try to take part in a home run derby or something?
They have a home run derby. Each team gets to select two players from their team to participate, so he's hoping he's one of those selected. There's a lot of great activities throughout that event, so he's really looking forward to that.
Well, fingers crossed, and keep us posted, okay?
Will do.
All right, thanks. So last night was a big event for the first responders and, of course, the law enforcement community with National Night Out, and Indiana County District Attorney's Office got to take part in it, I'm sure, because there were activities here in Indiana and down in Blairsville. That looked like when I walked by it at around 6:30 or so, it was still going strong in Indiana. It looked like people were having fun, and the good mission of National Night Out, which is to forge a positive relationship between first responders and the law enforcement community and the citizens that they serve. It looked like it was going pretty well.
They were both great events. Here in Indiana Borough, Detective Andrew Perry was charged with organizing it with Chief Shaw. It was a great turnout. We saw many members of law enforcement, whether it be the state police, the game commission, probation department was there, fire department. We had so many members of the community come by, and it's very fun to be in an event where you get to meet the good people of our county. We're doing that good work for them. We really don't get to interact with them, fortunately, in the regular courses of law enforcement. And then I was able to travel down to Blairsville. Chief Sacco and all the members in Blairsville Borough Police and the members are down there. It was another great event. At both events, I was so enthused to see members of the community out. Their kids were out. Face painting was going on and balloons. It was really a fun event with our law enforcement communities.
And a fun event, I think, in also the regards of the fact it also kind of helps with kids as well. And because I kind of flashed back to this yesterday when I was talking with Chief Shaw about it. This gives kids a chance to interact with the police officers in uniform in a different way so that they become relatable to kids. And that way, kids won't be afraid of them if they see a police officer coming up or things like that. It kind of reminded me of back in the day when the fire departments would visit the elementary schools, and one fireman would be in his turnout gear, crawling around on the ground, and they are saying, don't be afraid of that, because they're here to help you. This type of event, I think, also kind of carries that same responsibility.
It sure does. The members of our law enforcement community, they go to work every day in order to help the members of our community and to serve Indiana Borough and Blairsville Borough and all through Indiana County, and to have that positive interaction. Unfortunately, we see a lot, kids grow up seeing a lot on TV and YouTube and all the different social media. To see real live police officers and recognize, they're there to help you. They're nice people. They really want to do a good job for you. I do think helps that relationship.
To make the TV comparison less like what we see nowadays and more like Adam 12 back in the day.
Absolutely.
All right. So, speaking now, let's talk about the Drug Task Force, which your office is a part of. Looks like you were telling me off the air that there's been some recent purchases made that are going to help out not just the Drug Task Force, but the police departments that are a part of it.
Absolutely. One of the missions of our Drug Task Force, not only do we investigate and prosecute and hopefully put drug dealers in state prison where they belong, what we want to do is we want to seize their assets through civil asset forfeiture laws. And these would be monies that they had made selling drugs in our community. And what we want to do is turn that money into items necessary for law enforcement
Right.
in order to further investigate and prosecute drug cases. So we utilize all this money that we seize through them. It doesn't go in anybody's pockets. Where,
Right.
no one gets bonuses. We use them to buy new radios for the Clymer Police Department. We use it to buy electric bikes to go out and be able to patrol areas that maybe we can't get our vehicles into. Used to purchase firearms for training. We want to turn that money into items that will help propel us forward in better investigating, better prosecuting drug dealers.
Do you sometimes get things that aren't money, like, say, I don't know, a car?
Well, we could get any items. We just seized a car from a 2020 investigation.
Oh, wow.
If we're able to tie any item as a proceed of drug dealing or drug-related activities, we've had ATVs, we have had goggles and chest protectors for ATVs, trailers,
Wow.
houses. We're able to take any items that we can show was a proceed of drug dealing.
So you said that there were some recent purchases made with this?
We have had some very recent purchases. We helped outfit the Clymer Police Department with new radios that are encrypted that are going to better help them as they expand their areas of patrol. We're able to buy new firearms for various police departments that they're in need of them. And what this does is we're able to purchase them through the asset forfeiture, and it saves the taxpayers from having to pay for them.
Right. Okay. You're listening to Indiana in the Morning, and I'm here with Bob Manzi, Indiana County District Attorney. We've been talking about National Night Out and the work recently being done for the Drug Task Force, buying some aids for the police departments through the asset forfeiture that goes on in drug investigations. Now, Bob, you were telling me again off mic when we were getting ready for this that you recently were given, I won't say you were given an award, but you were given a nice little position with a statewide recognized organization for district attorneys.
I was, and it was a nice event in my career to have. So I was elected to the board of directors for the Pennsylvania District Attorneys Institute, which is the training arm for the Pennsylvania District Attorneys Association. And what we're charged with is training prosecutors around the state in order to get new prosecutors up to speed on, what the work is and how to do the work, provide advanced training throughout the state, and be able to help all of the 67 counties as we all work towards a similar goal of prosecuting crime and holding criminals accountable for their actions.
So as a member of the board, what's the learning curve for that? I mean, obviously, you're going to be going into a new situation, it sounds like. So what have you been learning so far about how this institute works?
So what we're looking at is, I'm charged with being a district attorney of Indiana County, so
Right.
I know how Indiana County works and what we can do that works here. So now, learning how to take that to different counties where what we do here in Indiana County may not work in a larger county,
Right.
Or even a smaller county than ours. So working with all the various district attorneys to say, what are the needs of the criminal justice system throughout the state? What are we doing very well here that we can take to other places and say, have you tried this? Maybe this would help. Learning from those other counties to be able to bring more effective manners of prosecuting crime back here to our county.
One thing that comes to mind, I think, which is a success here, is the Veterans Court. So maybe that could be something, or just as an example of a program that you could take around to the other DAs.
Yeah, I think that's a great program. Veterans Court has been around since 2019 when Judge Clark started it. And that has been a very successful program, but that's a great example of sharing what's working very well here with the rest of the state.
All right, let's segue into that, actually. How have things been going with the Veterans Court program?
Veterans Court has been very successful. We recently had a graduation for a defendant who had been in the program for a pretty long period of time.
Wow.
But the nice part is he stuck with it, and the program stuck with him. Our treatment courts, our drug treatment court that's run by Judge Bianco, and our Veterans Court run by Judge Clark, they're not easy programs. They're very tough programs to get through, but we stick with defendants. We stick with people. We understand it's not going to be easy. They're in that program because they're facing some difficult issues, and we're going to stand by that person as long as they're willing to work hard in the program. This last individual took a long period of time, had some setbacks, really kept focused on what the goal was, really stuck with it, even through the hard times. The program stuck with him through the hard times. And it was probably one of the largest graduations that I'd attended.
Wow.
He has a personality that's really, people support him. He's very outgoing. And you really want to support, what he's doing. And, I wish him all the best. I wish all the graduates all the best.
Yeah. It's good to see that he has that support network that he can rely on, not just through the Veterans Court system, but the family that he has or the friends that he has that are willing to say, hey, we're behind you. We got your back on this. We're willing to help you out too, as long as you need the help.
Absolutely. And then the neat part is when you go to the graduations, you see individuals that have completed the program themselves, and they've moved on with their life. They come back for the graduations to support the other members.
That's cool.
It really shows the positive benefit that these programs are having on individuals.
Just a couple of minutes left, Bob. Anything on the horizon for the office?
We're going to go back to trials. There's no jury trials in July, just as a matter of course in our county. We go back to them in August, so we have about 8 jury trials scheduled. Some of them will work themselves out. We have defendants that they get close to that trial date. They kind of play chicken to see if we're going to blink, and we don't. And either they go to trial or, they enter guilty pleas. We have some serious cases. We have some drug dealing cases coming up that we really want to focus our energy on. In our office, we really have jury trials 1 week a month for 11 months a year. And our judges do a good job of fitting them in elsewhere where we can. So we're plowing through the COVID backlog, really focusing on the serious cases, trying to get those resources to the cases that are going to have a bigger effect in our county.
That was actually going to be my next question. How are things going with the backlog from COVID-19? But it sounds like you're just knocking them down one right after the other.
We are. I mean, the team, and when I say the team, it's not just my office. It is truly a team effort. We have our judges and our court administration that do a phenomenal job of juggling a lot of different cases. Not only do we have all our cases in our civil docket, our criminal docket, our family law docket, there's a lot going on in our court system. And then we have the defense attorneys in our office and law enforcement. We really work hard to get through the cases.
All right. Bob, thank you very much for coming in this morning on Indiana in the Morning to give us an update on everything going on with the DA's office. And I wish you all the best. And again, keep us posted about your son's adventures at the Pony League World Series.
I will. Thank you. And have a good day, Josh.
You too. Bob Manzi, Indiana County District Attorney, joining us on Indiana in the Morning, presented by First Commonwealth Bank. Our interview segment's brought to you by the law offices of Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. It is 8:24. Coming up in about half a minute is the CBS Sports Minute with Boomer Esiason. And then after that, Jake Slobodnik will join us from the WCCS newsroom. I'll have a full check of sports after that. Then Lisa Spencer from the Indiana County Department of Human Services will join us at 8:45. That's what's coming up for the rest of this hour as part of a busy week here on Indiana in the Morning, presented by First Commonwealth Bank on WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160. Now, here's Boomer Esiason.